welcome to Stitched Up Weekly episode 14. So today is Tuesday. I didn't film anything yesterday. I was working, did a full day's work at the surgery. It was very quiet, which we anticipated it probably would be, because normally we don't work bank holidays at the surgery, but we were ordered to by our superiors, so that was that. But it was very quiet, to be fair. Anyway, things are seemingly back to normal this morning. There are a few more cars on the road, but I'm heading back to work today for another full day till about 5:30. Thank you for all the love on last week's vlog. I've been reading through all the comments. Somebody mentioned about going to see my dad and saying, please don't go see your dad. You should know, as a health worker, you shouldn't be visiting elderly, vulnerable people. And yes, absolutely, don't worry. I had to do some food. I'm having to do my dad's food shopping at the minute, obviously, because he's isolating. He's not going out at all now. But I'm not actually physically seeing him. I'm talking to him through the front window and dropping his bag of food at the front door, and that's it. So I'm not actually visiting him, as in going in to see him and having a cup of tea, that kind of thing. So thank you for your concern, but honestly, don't worry. We are maintaining the social distancing that we should be doing. I still haven't hemmed my penny dress, and I'm starting to worry that that's going to be another 2 years before I get round to that. She's still hanging on my mannequin. Yeah, I didn't get round to doing that on Sunday, to be honest, but I am planning to get that done this week, definitely. Yeah, a few people mentioned about how quick I sew. I think it just depends on the mood I'm in, to be honest. I mean, most of the projects that I choose really tend to be quick makes and you know, things that are fairly straightforward with no new or tricky techniques. I mean, obviously those kinds of things will take me a lot longer, but you know, jersey projects are very, very quick. And I think I did 2 or 3 jersey projects last week. There was also a few things that I've made before, like the penny dress and the wide leg trousers. You know, all those kinds of things that I've made before mean that the pattern is already cut out and is sized and adjusted for me, so I don't have any of that to do. It is literally taking the pattern pieces out and cutting the fabric out, so that saves a massive chunk of time. On top of that, with me having made these things before, there's also the fact that I know how they go together, so I'm not having to read instructions really carefully and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's why, obviously, if they're brand new projects that I've not done before, then they take a lot more work, as I'm sure you're aware. So yeah, so anyway, things are okay. I'm feeling better this week. I was looking, obviously, when I uploaded my vlog the other day and looking back through the clips and everything, I was, you know, not feeling it at the beginning of last week, was I? Struggling a little bit, and I know many of you are as well. But I'm feeling better this week. Over the course of the week, my mood changed a lot, to be fair, and things did improve, so that's good. There was one other thing that I did want to address, and because a few people have been asking and mentioning in the comments, and I've not mentioned it before, a few people have been asking where Marley is. Right, we lost Marley, and it happened a couple of days before the floods, and at the time, obviously, it was, I don't really want to go into what happened. It's still quite raw and still upsetting, but yeah, it happened. It was actually the Monday. The floods started on the Tuesday and it happened on the Monday, and I was going to address it in my next weekend vlog, but the floods took over. We were obviously in the thick of all that, and there was one vlog where I did record a sort of an explanation about what had happened, but then I got very upset because it was so raw at the time, and I didn't want to upload that. Obviously I'm in a better place now, we're all in a better place now. It was very upsetting, very distressing, and I didn't really want to bring it up, mainly because it is still very upsetting, but I understand that quite a few of you have been asking where he is, and you know, that I've not mentioned it, etc. So basically we don't have Marley now. Yeah, so that's as much as I'm going to say about it, because as I say, it's still very raw and upsetting. A lot's happened since then, which in some ways has helped us to deal with everything, you know, because we had to focus on the floods, and then we've now got this, haven't we, going on with the coronavirus. So things have changed massively anyway, which has helped us cope with those kind of things. So moving forward, plans for this week, I am not sure what I'm going to be sewing next. I've still got the I Am Gaia top cut out that I've not sewn up yet, and I watched Sian's daily vlog yesterday, and where she had sewn up a few different camis and compared them, which I thought was really cool actually. And there was one particular one that I really liked, which I'd not seen before, and that was the Misty cami. So I've bought that pattern and printed it out, but I've not taped it together yet, and I'm fancying having a go at that. I've just bought some more viscoses I've got them from eBay actually, just some plain ones in different colours, and I want to make up some more cami tops. So I think I might do a couple of Ogdens and try out the Misty cami as well. And I'm fancying that as a dress, because I noticed when I went to buy the pattern for the Misty cami that it comes as a top or a dress, and I quite like the dress, so I might have a go at that as well. So we'll see. Anyway, I still have to do the Great British Sewing, gosh I can't say that, the Great British Sewing Bee midi dress. I have printed that pattern, no I haven't, I've traced that pattern, but I've still got a bit of work to do with it before I can actually start cutting anything out. So I might actually look at that this week as well. Anyway, it's a beautiful day today. It wasn't so much yesterday, it was cold. It's cold today, to be fair. It's saying it's 4 degrees at the minute, although it's very beautiful. You can see the blue sky. But we'll see what the day brings. So, hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, whatever you're up to, although it won't be Tuesday when you're watching this. And I'll see you later. Hello and happy Wednesday. So yeah, it's now Wednesday afternoon. I had a really busy morning. I've been working from home again, been for a run over lunchtime. My hair is just drying after my shower. I've got some serious greys going on now. Yeah, so I'm doing fine. We're all well. Hope you all are too. It's another beautiful day. Run was hard today, felt, yeah, really hard in the heat, but anyway, that's okay. I'm wearing my Mayfair dress that I made last week. I haven't made anything yet this week, and I've had a really lovely delivery today. Sian was selling some of her fabric a couple of weeks ago, so I bought some of the Barbarella fabric from her, and that came, which is just awesome. It's fantastic. I've got 3.5 meters of this, and already Martin has decided that he would like a shirt making out of it, so it looks like we are going to be fighting over that. I'm whizzing through my patients this afternoon. It's been really busy today actually. I've also just received this in the post as well, which is some gorgeous pink viscose. I think I mentioned last week that I'd bought some more viscoses to make more Ogdens, and I really fancied a hot pink one, so I've got a couple of meters of this I think, or did I just get a meter? It might just be a meter actually, so I'm going to have to put this in the wash now. But yeah, I really like that. It's beautiful, lovely colour. Right then, I'm up in my sewing room and just digging out my overlocker cones because I need to change my overlocker. I have decided that I'm going to make a pattern that I've not made for years, and this is the named Delphi maxi dress, except I'm going to make it a midi dress. I've made this once before and I love it. It's a dress that I still wear. I made it in an orange jersey that I got from the textile centre years ago now, and I wear it every summer, and I've been meaning to make it again ever since I made the last one and never got round to it. So I decided that the that's what I was going to do. So I have cut the pattern out. It's only 4 pieces to be, no actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pieces. Everything's cut on the fold, there's no fastenings, elasticated waist, but it has this lovely sort of flounce overlay. And the only other thing, well, this is the fabric that I'm making it out of. Let me show you. There we go. So that's the fabric, which is a cotton jersey that I got from Colville last year, I think. I'm trying to get through a lot of my old Colville fabrics, to be honest, because I've got loads of them. And yeah, so it'll be perfect for this dress. But I decided that I was going to make it midi length rather than maxi, because I think I'll get more wear out of it. So we'll see how that goes. So it's typical, isn't it, that every time you want to sew something new, you end up where your overlocker isn't threaded up with the right colour. So I'm just changing that now. I fell asleep in the sunshine this afternoon. So, well, before, let's just backtrack a little bit. I have finished work now, and then after work I fell asleep in the sunshine in the garden, and I've got a bit of a headache, which isn't good. It's been such a beautiful day. So consequently, I haven't stuck together the 2 cami tops yet. I haven't, those patterns, I still need to stick those PDFs together, and then I can look at getting those cut out probably tomorrow at some point. Definitely not going to be as prolific with my sewing this week as I was last week. Hello and happy Thursday. So it's Thursday lunchtime. I'm working from home again, and I'm just on my lunch break at the minute. So my car's gone in for a service today, and I have finished off my Delphi dress. So let me put the camera down and I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is a named pattern, and yes, I'm wearing it with a white bra at the minute with straps. Normally I would wear it strapless, but I don't have a white strapless bra, so I'm going to have to get one. So it's an elasticated waist jersey dress with like a little flounce over the top, and it's got this really cute little keyhole detail at the back that the strap wraps through, and the strap is just, well, it says you can use bias binding, but I used the self fabric to create a bias bound strap, if you can see that. If I come back a bit, well, you're not going to see it, but it's supposed to be maxi dress. It's supposed to be maxi dress length, but I've made this sort of a 3/4 midi length style. I've made this before. This fabric was from Colville, and it was really cheap, but it's lovely. I'm really happy with it. So I've just got this finished. It's another gorgeous day, so I'm probably gonna hopefully get some time to sit in the garden later this afternoon. It's been really busy this morning, and we'll have to go and get my car at some point as well. Hello again. Right, I've picked my car up from the garage, so that's all done. It cost me an arm and a leg, but that's cars, isn't it? And I thought I would show you my fabrics that have come from Sherwood's today, and I can't see because the sun is directly behind me, but they've already been in the wash, so and got them on the line, and they're dry already. They've only been out about an hour. So I've got the celebration bouquet, which is here, and there's also another length of it there. That's going to be an 8577. Just a little bit of washing as well, which you don't really want to see. Then I've got this one, which is the Floridian Narcisco or something like that, I think it's called. I think I've got 3 meters of that. I love this, and I made a Tilly and the Buttons Seren dress out of the navy colourway of this last year, so really pleased to get that one. This one that you will know, this is another remnant that I got of the Savannah. This is the jersey. No, it's not the jersey, it's the crepe. So I've got the Savannah crepe, and then finally a remnant of the Cobra Corsage cotton lawn in the ivory colourway, and that's specifically after seeing Nia make a shirt out of it. It looked amazing, so I found that they had a remnant, so I got that. So all those have come today, which will add to my little collection. And I'm really pleased that the celebration bouquet has come, which obviously is this one, because now it means I can get on with the 8577. Having said that, I've ordered 5 meters of white cotton lawn from eBay, which has been dispatched, but I've not got it yet. And I want to do twirl the bodice first. Well, I'm saying what I'll probably do is I will do the lining of the bodice first, because I've not made it before, so I need to make sure that that's going to fit me. Right, so we're just about to have tea. Martin's cooking, and then I think we're going to go for our daily exercise walk a little bit later. Right then, so I've had tea, come up to my sewing room because I have decided for my next project I am going to make this again, the 6696. Now I've not made this for a long time, and I've got this awful feeling that the last time I made this I was super skinny and I've cut the pattern down. I'm really worried if I have, because if I have, that means I'm going to have to buy this pattern again, which is quite concerning. But let's have a look through. Yeah, because when I started sewing I didn't trace patterns, I used to just cut them out. Right, quick battery change there. Right, okay, so I've dug the pattern out and it is cut, but it's cut to a 14, so that's good. So let's have a look then, because I want to do the sleeveless version because I want it for summer, and I've already amended the pattern. So I've got the front, the back, that's the yoke, pockets, because we all like pockets, don't we? What's that one then? That is the carriers. Does it have belt carriers? This looks like it is the, it says band, I'm presuming it's the, oh gosh, I don't know, collar is here. We've got the placket here, the button band, and then which skirt's this? I think this skirt is the straight skirt because that's what I did last time. Yeah. Well, that looks good. So it looks like I've got everything that I need that I haven't cut up into a small size. So I'm going to have a go at making the 6696, and I think it's 3 years since I made this pattern. So let's have a look at what pattern pieces we need. So if I'm going to do view A, the white one, so I'm going to do the sleeveless version with the wider skirt because at the moment I can't get my hips into the straight skirt. So I need, now then, that's the thing, you see, the bodice front, last time when I made this I was an A cup and I'm now a C cup, so I'm going to have to alter it or choose a different bodice front. Let's have a quick look because I think this is the AB. Yeah, size, oh hang on, yeah, this is the AB cup, so I'm going to have to do the bigger size. Right, so I've chosen the fabric. I'm going to make it out of this. So this I showed in my Stitched Up Weekly vlog last weekend. I think it's one of my Lady McElroy fabrics and it's beautiful. I love it. I think I've got loads of this. A good 3 meters here. So I'm going to get the C cup bodice front traced off and cut out and adjusted, and then I'm going to get this cut out tonight. Yay! Good morning and happy Friday. It's nearly the weekend. Yeah, it's late morning and I've been working through a mad patient list this morning. So anyway, I thought I would take 5 minutes just to show you what I've done. I got the 6696 cut out last night, which is this shirt dress pattern. It's pretty iconic now, isn't it? Loads of people have made it, and I've made 2 in the past as well, but it's a good few years since I've made it. So let me turn you around and I'll show you what I've done. I'm going to do the full skirt version, and I decided to retrace the bodice pattern last night, and the main reason for that is because it was cut out at a 14, which is what I've used before, but I always remember having loads of spare fabric around my shoulders. So I have gone down to the size 12, but the CD cup bodice front version, because I think that will fit me better. I've moved the dart down by ½ inch, and I've added in the extra length into the front bodice, and then moved the waist dart down by a little bit as well. What I've done with the back, obviously this is the back bodice piece here, is I've kept that at a 14 because I tend to have quite a broad back, although I've got narrow shoulders, and I need that movement across the back. And then I've graded from a 12 around the shoulders on the top of the yoke back to a 14 here. So I'm hoping that that's going to work. Obviously we've got there's lots of pieces to this pattern, mainly because it's a shirt dress, but I've interfaced the pieces that I need to interface. So that is the front plackets there, the collar and collar stand, one of those is interfaced, and I think that's everything that needs interfacing. We've got the pockets there, we've got the carriers for the belt, and then that's going to be the band at the front which will hold the belt and the belt carriers. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do now is I am going to start working through the instructions of the pattern. As I say, it's a few years since I've made this. I have lengthened the skirt and the bodice a little bit as well, because obviously I need that. I did lengthen, I noticed that I'd lengthened this bodice by a good 2 inches actually, and found I do remember it fits me really well. So that's what I will stick with, I think. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a start on this today. There is no way that I will get this finished today because I've got a full busy day at work as well, even though I'm working from home. So but I certainly will make a start on it and see how far we get. The other thing that I forgot to mention was that in the original pattern the bodice back is gathered below the yoke at both the waistline and the upper back, and I've decided that I'm going to leave that out on this pattern. So all I've done is I have matched up the yoke to the top of this pattern piece, which includes the gathering section, and then I've drawn a line down the pattern piece where the excess is to bring in for the gathering, and I've folded that over and used that as my fold line because this back piece is cut on the fold. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that that is now going to work to be a complete flat back piece at both the waist and upper back, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I did get it finished in one day. It is about 6 o'clock now, 6:15, and I've been doing bits on this all day in between patients. So I'll put the camera down and show you the finished 6696. So there we have it. If you don't know this pattern, it's McCall's pattern 6696, and is a shirt dress with side seam pockets, pleats in the front and the back, and it's got buttons all the way down the front. It's a darted bodice. I moved the dart. I don't know if you can see the dart actually. I can't even see the dart. I don't know where the dart is. Is it there? I think it's there. So yeah, there it is, isn't it? So I moved the dart down by about ½ inch, and then it's got waist darts as well. Now I've still got, this is the size 12 bodice, and then I just did the size 14 skirt to increase the fullness, and I used the CD bust bodice, which has worked quite well. I still think I have a fair amount of fabric loose, and the back, I've lengthened it too much as well because I've got a little bit of loose fabric there. If you remember, as I showed you this morning, I removed the gathers from the back, so it's just a complete flat back with the yoke, and I really like that. I'm pleased with how it's come out. I've still got a little bit of excess ease in the waist, so I'll probably wear this with a belt, I think, just to sort of pull me in a little bit more. But it's got belt loops on anyway, so you can put a belt through that, or you can obviously wear a bigger one. But it's definitely better than the size 14 bodice. That was much too big up here. But yeah, I like it. I've done it to sort of just below my knee, and it's really nice. I really like this fabric. It's beautiful. It's a cotton lawn. I can't remember where I got it from, but it's really beautiful. It's all finished with French seams inside. I've burritoed the yoke as well, so that's all nice and neat and concealed. And yeah, I really like it. I think I'll wear it a lot over the summer. It's going to be really nice and cool. It's really comfy, and at the front it's bang on my waist, but the back, as I say, it is on my waist, but I've got this pooling. I don't know if you can see. You can't really see that. So I think I'm gonna need to do a sway back adjustment. I'm very curvy anyway, so probably gonna need to do that, I think, for the next one. But I don't know if you can see in the mirror, I've just got a little bit of pooling just there, so definitely need to do a sway back. But yeah, I really like it now. I really must get that hemmed. Really must get that hemmed. Still not done it. What I'm planning to do this weekend is the Sophia trousers. Sophia dungarees, I think they are, by Tilly and the Buttons. Have you seen the lovely Janes? I'm going to put a picture in here because they're amazing. She made them the other day and this looks so comfortable. So I think I'm going to have a go at those this weekend and get that pattern traced out and have a look in my stash to see what I've got. Yeah, because I've just got to make those after seeing that. They just look so good. Good morning and happy Saturday. So yeah, I've been out for a 10k run this morning, so that's the furthest I've run for ages. So that's good. I'm really pleased with how that went. I've had my shower, washed my hair, waiting for it to dry. Martin's just gone to do our food shop, and I cut out the Sophia trousers last night by Tilly and the Buttons in her new book. And this was, I think I mentioned it yesterday, it was after seeing Jane's. It's not a pattern that I would have normally gone for, but after seeing the lovely Jane's version, they look amazing. So I'm a bit worried because when I've traced the pattern, I know that this is a loose fit, simple pattern, but when I've traced it, it really is very straight up and down. And I found this with Tilly's pyjama pattern in her first book, The Love at First Stitch, that there's no shaping at all, which is fine if you aren't very curvy, but you know, I'm a curvy female and I found that the pyjamas didn't fit me at all. So I'm a little bit worried that these are not going to look very flattering. I think what I was originally planning to do was, because I always need to grade between my waist and my hips because my waist is a lot smaller than my hips, and I had planned to do that with these to reduce the amount of bulk around the middle. However, she advises against that in the pattern instructions because there's no fastenings, and she says if you grade you won't be able to get them on over your hips if your hips are a lot bigger than your waist, which is what mine are. So that's meant I've not really been, I have graded between one size, but that's all. So I'm a little bit worried that there's going to be a lot of bulk around the middle because I've had to go for the much bigger size to get them over my hips. And yeah, so anyway, we'll see how that works out. So what I have actually done is I have cut these out of denim, and it is a lightweight denim. Because obviously I'm aware that with them being loose around the waist and there's going to be a lot of bulk there, you don't want heavyweight denim because that's going to be not very flattering at all. So it is a lightweight denim. And the other thing is they have a bib on the front. I mean, she's wearing them on the front of a book. There they are. That's the pattern, obviously. But the bib has a facing on the front and back, and I don't really like that. So what I've actually done is I have drafted a lining for the bib, including the facing, so that, because I'm doing a contrast lining and I don't really want that to show, if that makes sense. So I've drafted a lining to attach to the facing for the reverse side of the bib front and back, and we'll see if that works. So let me show you what I've chosen. Right, so this is the fabric here. It looks black, but it's not. It is a deep sort of midnight blue. Yeah, it's a fairly lightweight denim, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, these are the facings here, and I don't know, I just didn't really want just a facing on the front and back bib. I'm not quite sure why she's done it like that, to be honest. I appreciate that this is supposed to be part of the ethos of the book, that make it simple, it's supposed to be simple, but I do think that you know, a full lining of the bib would be better. So I have drafted it out of this cotton lawn, which I had in my stash. This is a remnant piece that I made my Nina Lee Q dress from, and it's from the Textile Centre a couple of years ago. They won't have this now, but it's gorgeous. I've got a fair bit of this left. So I have drafted a facing for the front lining, and all I did to create this shape was put the front lining piece, the front facing piece, which is this, on top of the front bodice piece. I marked in where the seam allowance is, and then I traced off this piece, including the seam allowance. Yeah, so because that will essentially attach to that, if that makes sense. So hopefully that's going to work. We shall see anyway, won't we? And the other thing that's not included in the pattern is the belt. You can probably just see it on the front there. She gives you measurements to make a belt out of your remnants of fabric, which obviously it needs to be belted, otherwise I think it's going to have sort of Oompa Loompa vibes. Any of you that watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as a child will know what I'm talking about. However, I don't want to make a belt out of denim because I just think that's going to be too much. I don't know, I might do, we'll see. I'm going to get these made first. I might just wear a normal belt with them and see how that goes. But we'll get these put together and see how it looks. Right, bodice is done. I am really pleased with how this has turned out with me doing my lining. So this is how the lining has come out. I've got the denim facing, and then I've drafted my own sort of little lining to attach to it. Out of this cotton lawn. It's lovely. I'm really pleased with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get this understitched all the way around the top as far as I can, and then I'll get on and make the trousers and get them finished. It doesn't take long to make, to be honest. I haven't followed the instructions in the book because obviously with me doing a lining I needed to figure it out myself, so I'm pleased with that. But yeah, let's get this understitched, and then I will get the trousers made and attached. Right, so it's understitched. You're not going to see it from there very well, but hopefully you can see there. So that should lay nice and flat now. Really pleased with that. So I'm going to get on with the trousers. Right, so here is the Sophia dungarees, and obviously I'm wearing it with my Astoria underneath, my navy Astoria, but I really like them. I was really unsure whether this would suit me, but I do really like it. I'm wearing it with just a narrow belt of my own rather than making a belt from the denim, because I think it'd just be too much. But yeah, really pleased with it. I really like how it is a bit of a struggle just to get it over my hips, because I graded from a smaller size at the top to a bigger size to get my hips through, but I can get them on, so that's okay. I'm glad I didn't go for a bigger size at the top because I think it'd have been too big, but I really like them. So yeah, these are really nice and casual for wearing just around the house or in the garden or whatever, but really like them. Right, I thought I'd turn them inside out just to show you how I've done the lining. So I used the original facing pieces as you saw earlier, and all I've done is drafted my own lining and then hand stitched it just to the waistband seam on the inside. So that's the front, and the back looks like that. Really pleased with how that's come out. I much prefer it to if it had just had a normal facing. Right, so let's have a look at the full bust adjustment on the Sew Over It Eve bodice, shall we? Right, so excuse the midriff, but I have tested the toile and I'm really pleased with how this is sitting. So this is the size 10 bodice, and I've done a 3cm FBA, and then which obviously creates a dart here, and then I didn't want a dart in this bodice, so I found a tutorial to remove the dart by moving it down to the waist, which is what I've done. It fits so much better. I mean, you can see under the arms now, it's flat against my body, whereas the previous issues I had with the Eve was that in the 12 I had loads of extra fabric here at the sides, and now I don't. Now that's gone. So that's much better. I still feel that this is just a little bit, well, I'm saying it's a bit loose. It's only because it's not, obviously it's not attached to a skirt and it's not pulled taut, which, because I've just got it pinned here, which it will be with the waist strap belt. Gosh, I couldn't even think of the word. So yeah, so it will, when it's pulled taut, it'll be fine, but this is much better. I'm really pleased with how this is sitting. It sits better on my shoulders as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and make this up in not a real expensive fabric to start with, but a nice fabric, and see how it fits with the skirt on. Good morning, happy Sunday. So it's almost lunchtime on Sunday and I've had a really busy morning. Up early this morning, been out for a run. It's a beautiful day, much better than we anticipated weather-wise. So been in the shower, washed my hair, so that's still drying, and yeah, I'm wearing my Sophia dungarees today with my little belt, and I'm loving how these look and feel. They're really good. We're just doing a bit in the garden. Haven't done any sewing yet at all. I did get the Eve dress cut out last night, so oh, in fact I'll show you the fabric that I'm using. This is it here, that's the wrong side. If I can show you the right side, it's really lovely. It's a lovely blue and orange peach skin that I got from Colville, so it was really reasonable. Yeah, so it'd be perfect to just twirl the new drafted bodice that I did yesterday. What I ended up doing was I have retraced my new bodice so that it's a nice sheet of paper basically, and I've marked it that obviously it's the size 10 with the 3 centimetre full bust adjustment. I also took off a couple of centimetres from the pointed bit here where it ends in the wrap, because I found that when I sort of pulled it taut, the wrap pieces were well past the side of my waist. So I thought, well, if I take a couple of centimetres off of this, that's going to give me a good inch and a half. So it means that when the tie is attached and it goes through the little notch in the side seam, it will not pull the bodice through that as well, hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, so I got that cut out last night, but I'd had enough sewing for yesterday, to be honest. So yeah, we've been doing bits in the garden this morning. Just watch the sunshine. We have tidied up the patio. Oh wow, really bleached out there. Yeah, so we've tidied up the patio and given it a good sweep. I really wanted this year to get this patio redone. That was part of the plan for the renovations. The sun's really bright today. Yeah, I'm just trying to find a better position. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to get the patio redone this year, but it's not looking like that's going to happen with everything that's going off with the lockdown at the minute. But we'll see, we might be able to get it done later on in the year. We'll see what happens, because obviously we've got the kitchen still to finish now. But we've tidied this place up. Martin is, I don't know if you can see him, he's just doing a bit of gardening there. We've got these massive buddleias, I don't know, you can see one just there, and a couple of them, they were in before we bought the house 12 years ago, and they're past the best now, to be honest. A couple of them have got loads of dead branches at the bottom, so we're hacking those off. And yeah, so it's a beautiful, beautiful day. My Eve is done. Obviously I'm wearing it with a vest underneath at the minute, because that's what I'm wearing under my Sophia today, but I'm really pleased with this. I think it's lovely. I'm so glad I adjusted this bodice. So this is the size 10 bodice, but I did a 3 centimetre full bust adjustment and it fits me to a T. It's absolutely perfect. So I've totally French seamed this dress, totally French seamed it. I've done the burritoed yoke, so I've got 4 yokes and burritoed them. It needs a press, but I'm really happy with it, really happy with it. This is the best fitting wrap bodice that I've had from the Eve, but I have had to tweak this pattern a fair bit. Yeah, love it. So I've done the 10 bodice and then graded out to a 14 hip, so but it fits me really well. The wrap comes right round here, and it's lovely. I've done the high-low hem. I don't know if you're going to see that very well. You can't see that really, can you? I'll take some photos outside when I do my makes video anyway, and then you'll be able to see it better. But yeah, really like it, really like it, really happy with that. This, as I say, was a cheap peach skin from Colville, but I'm quite happy with how this fits, that I will make another from some of my more expensive fabrics now. I think I might use one of my Lady McElroy ones. And what I did was that I added stay tape to the neckline, on this as well, and then I've bias bound the neckline. I don't know if you can see that, it's got black satin bias binding. Done a narrow hem on the flutter sleeves and a narrow hem at the bottom, so yeah, really happy with that. Just thought I'd drop in with you all and say good night. Yeah, basically I haven't had a chance to upload the vlog tonight. Been a really busy day. I've had a lovely afternoon in the garden. Watched a little bit of the KB hangout, which was quite cool, and yeah, it was nice catching up with a few people and watching what Sian was getting up to. I'm really pleased with how the Eve dress has come out. I'm absolutely loving it, to be honest, and I think I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I'll just show you. It's just hung up on my wardrobe over there, as you can see. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's come out. I'm really glad that I made those adjustments to the bodice, and it's the first time I've ever done a full bust adjustment, because I've never had to before. I've never been that well endowed, shall we say, but for some reason I am at the minute. But that will change as I'm running more. So yeah, it's been a good weekend. I've got 3 things made this week, so not as prolific as last week, but they were all a little bit more involved. Well, 2 of them were anyway. 2 dresses and my Sophia dungarees, which I'm wearing now. I've caught the sun a little bit today, look. That's not good, is it? Yeah, sat in the garden, didn't have any sun cream on. So, anyway, plans for the coming week. Not sure yet, we shall see. I'm wanting to make another Eve dress now that I've got that bodice perfect for me. I really want to make another, and I'm thinking about using the Floridian crepe, is it, or is it the viscose? I'm not sure. The Lady McElroy one that I showed the other day. I will put a little picture of it up here anyway, but yeah, I'm thinking that would look nice as an Eve, so I might use that because I think I've got a good 3.5 meters of that. Anyway, we've got the Great British Sewing Bee to look forward to this week, haven't we? That's going to be debuting on Wednesday, I believe, which I'm really looking forward to. It was supposed to be starting a couple of weeks ago, I think, but it didn't for whatever reason. So I am going to retire now, get myself to bed. It is 20:11 and I'm feeling quite weary now, and I'm going to watch a couple of vlogs, which I always do when I come to bed. Catch up on a couple of vlogs. I'm at work tomorrow, but yeah, hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog, and I will be back with you next week. Take care, bye.